In Ultimate Battles, we've had fantasy characters square off. We've even had fantasy villains try to kill each other. But we've never had fantasy villains this strong trying to kill each other. So that's the new hook for today. Warcraft's Lord of the Burning Legion, Sargeras, brings his full might to bear against the great enemy of Middle-earth, Morgoth himself. These two have quite a bit in common. They're both fallen members of an incredibly powerful pantheon. And they're both sowers of chaos and destruction, so that's nice. Sargeras originally was the champion of his respective pantheon, and is the strongest out of all of the Warcraft titans. When he fell to darkness and turned against his longtime allies, he became even more powerful through the use of chaos magic and fell fire, which is this type of fire that titans don't like very much. It's also really, really hot. He can create really, really hot cosmic storms out of this really, really hot fire. Which he did, and he used it as a finishing move, actually, against all of his old buddies. Their conflict destroyed entire stars and raged across vast stretches of reality until he finally emerged triumphant. So, go him. For some scaling, weaker members of the Pantheon were able to raise entire planetary systems, which put Sargeras comfortably in the solar system range when it comes to attack power and durability. But that's not all. This bad boy's got some reality warping abilities, too. Cue cheesy Windows Movie Maker special effect that nobody wants, including me. What is that doing here? This was a bad idea. They don't seem to be entirely combat applicable. His reality warping abilities, not the filter. Or he would have used them against the other titans. He did create the planet-sized pocket dimension of Mardum as a demon prison. Sargeras is also a skilled tactician and has fought for thousands of years. His evil scheming isn't too bad either. He's used telepathy on his mortal enemies that are mortals as well as ones that he particularly hates, and over hundreds of years influenced their allegiance to the degree that they went crazy and started working for him. Cool fact, Sargeras slices soldiers solely with a scythe. The so-called Ulfalesh. Ulfalesh harvests power from the souls of those it kills, which is awesome. And here's something to consider. Sargeras traveled across the universe on his quest of vengeance in a time frame of thousands of years. You know what that translates to? Massively faster than light combat and reaction speed, boys. This guy is Warcraft's most powerful villain, and he has earned that title. Morgoth is also the prime bad guy of his respective franchise. He's been around the block a few million times when it comes to things like, genocidal rampages and universal destruction. In his true form, he created the concept of discord with his thoughts. He also warped reality on at least a universal scale, and there are statements which imply that it could have been a lot higher. Actually, it was probably a lot higher. I'm lowballing pretty hardcore right here. For the purpose of this battle, I'm going to stop using that accent because that was weird. For the purpose of this battle, I'm going to use his weakened physical avatar, which is still insanely dangerous. Snap out of it. As one of the Ainur, Morgoth has just about every magical power under the sun, including, but not limited to, shape-shifting, manipulation of all the elements, precognition, cursing his enemies for up to generations at a time, resistance to time manipulation, near invulnerability, darkness control, illusion creation, biological and matter manipulation, control over the wraith dimension, and raw physical power sufficient to rip the sun out of the sky and crush it in his fist. Yeah, okay, that's cool, but Sargeras has some of those abilities too, and fights at the same physical level based on that feat, so just wait. I'm getting there. The Ainur can shed their physical forms, becoming intangible and undetectable. While in this shape, they have pretty much infinite speed, which is broken, but they still have access to all of their magical abilities. The strongest Maiar and Valar also have extremely potent regeneration factors, to the point where they can rebuild their bodies if it's just their consciousness left. What would it take to do that to Morgoth, you may ask? We don't know. It's never happened before. When he was at the very weakest he's ever been, he healed from a decapitation and then broke through a dimensional wall in order to destroy the sun and the moon. He has withstood even higher amounts of damage. When the Valar, his fellow gods, created the physical aspects of reality under the all-powerful Iluvatar, he fought them to an eons-long standstill. He went toe-to-toe with a group that included beings like Varda, who created all of the stars in at least the universe, probably multiverse, at the same time. So while Sargeras can blow away solar systems, Morgoth casually shatters galaxies. He also has the edge in regeneration and divine immortality, sealing the victory for the original Dark Lord.